Right. Hi, my name is Charlene Carpenzano, and we're here at the Newport Art Museum in the ceramics room, and we are doing a crit for our final class of kitchen pottery. So what you'll see is some of our students' works, and we're discussing what our successes are and what our areas of opportunity for the next course will be.
So what did you use? I used the brown clay, the 60, and I got all the air bubbles out, and then I put it on the slab roller, and I rolled the slab for a cylinder using a form of an oatmeal box. And once I had the round piece done and joined by slipping it, I left this rough because I wanted it kind of earthy looking. And then I cut the bottom out and attached that with slip. Then it dried.
When did you apply the sprig? And
I had applied this originally, this little Celtic emblem here. Okay, that was a stamp.
A stamp.
And then this is the outer reverse of it.
So that's called a sprig.
A sprig, doing the kind of eternity circle.
And that was at a leather hard stage?
No, actually, I believe it was before it was leather hard.
Okay.
So then once it was leather hard, it was bisque fired, and then I glazed it using rutile green that came out rather thickly. So with a sponge, I sponged off the thick pieces, and I was wondering what would happen to them.
Well, that was a very good...
I had previously done something like this, a basket where I had used the same colors, and I had rubbed my finger around the edges to create this coloring here. So once the rutile green had dried, I then put it in eggshell.
Right.
And
so that gives us our matte quality on the glazed surface?
Right. And then it was fired.
How did you get this to stay like that?
That was when I rubbed off the rutile.
But you did it after.
Yes.
So that has a skim coat of eggshell on it. So
yeah, which is the same here. You're rubbing off the rutile. So you're getting this kind of rustic.
Yeah, it's very beautiful.
It is beautiful. So
kind of looks like an old Tuscan
What
wall.
is it that you're drawn to about the piece? Like, what do you think that worked successfully?
Well, I love how the shadings came out in the glaze.
The variation in the surface?
Yes, and how surprisingly these turned out something that I hadn't really planned, but I really like it.
And are you liking it because or appreciating it because it's breaking up that space in the front and it's not so consistent all the way around?
I like the variation, yes. If it was all one color, if it was all this, the green and a matte, I would have been very disappointed.
Right. Any?
You want me to put this over there?
So this is the speckled 60 clay.
Yep.
I threw it on the wheel.
And so this was one of your first
bowls on the wheel.
Right, one of your first bowls on the wheel.
Nice.
Thank you. And then I made a foot.
Yeah, if you could flip it this way so we can see how beautiful that foot is for your first foot. Very nice. Okay. And why do we make a foot?
So that it presents the bowl up off, not just a flat surface. It brings it up and a nice shadow underneath. And then I glazed it with vanilla and
Was it rutile? Yep. Or it could have been moss green. Oh, you're very good.
Yeah, rutile.
Very good. Writing it down.
And then it started to drip, so I just kept it dripping along.
So that,
Yeah, I like that.
so the darker green lines are something that you apply with a brush?
Yeah, some of them were natural, like some of them drip natural, so then I just kept it going, kind of, and took a brush to it and let it drip.
Great.
I was sitting next to Gwen, and I actually loved her dishes that she was doing. So that kind of gave me the idea of doing the dishes, and I just used one of the patterns that we had here in the drawer, the template.
Yep.
And then what I did was I did this just with my tool, just made ridges in it, try to make it look kind of oceany,
Yeah, it does.
Wave kind of thing. And I used the molds for these, for the seahorse and the seashell, and I put the slip on the back and adhered it to that, and then I glazed it with it was
PVC?
PVC and I believe moss. Yes, yes.
And so with using those two glaze combinations, what do you think happened to your form?
Well, I can't get over it, really. I was just really thrilled that it kind of, just like what we were talking about earlier, how it kind of accented the edges like that and made it look this almost like water and this like sand. I mean, it just...
So the way it broke over the edges really framed it almost.
Yes, I was really pleased with that. And the way also that it broke all through the seahorse and everything, and just accented the ridges in it.
Right, and the glaze pulled in all that texture.
Yeah.
Really beautiful.
Yeah, and I think that's what when we were discussing the glazes, you said that kind of, there's ridges in any of the molds that it would pull or it would lay like that. So I'm really happy with the way it came in.